All right, this is a help desk for our first virtual learning Desmos. Woo! Hope everyone's doing great. This is our warm-up, and it's about substituting and evaluating. So those are some things when we're trying to figure out the value of an expression at a certain value of x. So if we're looking at the expression x plus 3, that's an expression, it's some instructions. When x equals 14, then now we know instead of x we're putting a 14, adding 3, what we get is 17. And that's our value, so that's what I would answer in the box down here. You're going to do your own though, and your job is to evaluate x plus 7 when x equals 15. So think about what you're going to have to do. Then we have a few more of those. So you're going to evaluate 4x. You know that the 4 and the x are being multiplied, added, subtracted, divided. You tell me. So doing some more evaluating. Some more evaluating. Some more evaluating. Yay, decimals. You may need to write some of these on a separate piece of paper to figure them out. And then here, a reminder for order of operations when we're evaluating some trickier expressions. These ones only had one operation, like we were just dividing, so we knew what to do first. We're just dividing. But the next ones have multiple things going on. So here's a reminder, you can come back to the screen if you're stuck. First we do anything inside of the parentheses, then we evaluate exponents, then we do multiplication and division in the order that they appear, and then we add or subtract in the order they appear. So here's an expression, 3 times x to the power of 2. And we're going to evaluate that expression when x equals 10. What do we do first? Do we want to do the 10 to the power of 2? Or do we want to do the 3 times 10? Think through your PEMDAS. Are there parentheses? No. Are there exponents? Yes. So you do want to evaluate those exponents first. And then for this one, I'll give you an example. Let's do 5 times x to the power of 2 when x equals, I don't know, 4. So if x is 4, I'm going to start by rewriting it. 5 times 4 to the power of 2. And the first thing I'm going to do is say, do I want to do the exponents first or the multiplication? And I know in PEMDAS, exponents comes first, so I'm going to evaluate that first. I'm going to say 5 times, I'm going to see what that's equal to. 4 to the power of 2 is 16 because it's 4 times 4. And then 5 times 16 is 80. So 80 is the value that I would put in this box. But your problem is 3 times x to the power of 2 when x equals 10. Again, if you want to pause and sort of look at my steps, you could pause the video and look at my steps for this example problem. So you're going to do a few of those. You got this. Again, you got this. Remember, for x to the power of 3 here on this screen, this is screen 16, you're going to do x times x times x. So 3 times 3 times 3. You can do that one on your scratch paper. This means x to the power of 3 divided by 2. And then the last thing is we're going to find some solutions to equations. And remember, solutions are a value for a variable that makes the equation true. So here in 2 plus 2 equals 4, x has to be 2 in order to make this equation true. Same with this example. You can come back to the screen if it helps. Then we're going to look for solutions to each equation. So you're going to choose from this list. Let's test one out. Maybe I think it's x equals 4. If I do x 4 to the power of 2, do I get 64? I have 16 equals 64. That's not true, so I need to try a different one. So when you think you have found a value for x that works, please double check and make sure. So you're going to do that for all of these equations. You're going to choose one of the options. Write them out if you get stuck. And then when you get to this point, you're done. And we will send out some sort of answer key for you to check your work later. Okay, great job with your first virtual learning.